How are you all doing? I hope you're keeping well out there. So unfortunately I'm still up to my eyes with stuff around here and I'm not getting a whole lot of shed time at the minute. So that's still going on. However, I grab an hour here and there and I come out and I do a few little bits. What I really need to do is the place gets clean and we're good, and then it's not clean, and we're going through a not clean phase at the minute. We're a bit untidy and stuff here, but I think everyone's workshop is the same, you know. I think it takes a special kind of sadist to keep a clean workshop all the time. So that being said, I'm after digging another one out here. I don't know if this goes or not. I've never done anything with it. It's a Normende and it's an F11 chassis. It could work straight away. That's what I'm counting on. I'm just going to go and give it the beans. Yeah, this was one that came out with Skip a couple of years ago. And of course, I'm lucky enough that I have a bit of space for keeping these things when I find them. So I'm getting round to it now, as you can see. And sadly, when they get the old Skip treatment, the first thing they do is they throw them in, of course. So they broke the little Normende badge, which is sad. And of course, the CRT gets scratched. But funny enough, I've noticed, and I'm sure a few of you have too, that when a CRT gets a scratch on the faceplate like this, that you only notice it when it's switched off. But when it's actually powered up and the light is shining through it, you don't actually see the scratch more times than not. So the best thing you can do is just try and clean all the dirt out of the scratch, and that's usually good enough. You can get grinding compounds and what have you, but it's not always successful. I've seen one done years ago in John's shop that had a bad scratch and it was polished, but it ended up with Maori patterns. It didn't look right at all. Probably would have been better off just living with the scratch. Anyway, having said all that, the other thing, of course, it's missing its little door, which is sad, but that's sort of part of the course. It's rare to find one with the little tuning flap than without these days. So anyway, having said all these things, I'm gonna hook it up to the old safe block, and I'll knock it down and see does it come on, and if it does, then I will take the back off, see if there's any nasty capacitors that are liable to try and set fire to the degaussing coils, and we'll take it from there. So I hope you're keeping well out there. As I say, things are on the up and up here all the time, and that's great, and thank you all for subscribing and continuing to subscribe. Life is good. I'm running it off. I'm started up here on the Verdiac. It's a 220 volt set. Now obviously it's switch mode power supply, so I don't think it matters a whole lot, but I just thought we'd start it up at around 215. It just might give it, ease it a little bit. So up. Can you see that? I should turn off the light because we have action. You can see that in the camera alright. Grayscale doesn't look great in the ojnoj, but I have it 3 or 4 years, more probably. It might be 5 or 6 years actually I have it. So you can't fall out with the fact that it just came on straight away, and the tube will probably wake up a bit. But let me just hoover it in here a bit. Now, I've test card F on the old box up here. I have to say these little Panasonic sets are great monitors. They've proper video in and out on the back. I've got another one there lately as well. They're well worth picking up if you see one. And of course, if you see one of these floating around, a 5415, grab it. Just on the off chance we're tuned in somewhere. The buttons and As a matter of fact, the knobs too remind me of the rental set that we had off John when it was small. It was a Solara, and I had the same sort of a button setup arrangement here. It's similar, but it didn't have had a big brown black on off button. It was sort of a similar looking set. It was nothing fancy. It didn't have a LED display or anything, much like this one doesn't. Let's see. I see she's a UHF only set too. She must be an import. There's no span switching. There doesn't appear to be a whole lot going on here. Let's try this one. Maybe we have a tuner fault. I'll tell you what, I'll float around with this for a few minutes. There's no point forcing you to watch this nonsense. Okay, I managed to tune it in, but the funny thing is, right, I'm on 65 megahertz. Oh, you can't see that. I think there's something wrong with it. I think it might have a VHF tuner in it, and there's something wrong with the band switching. Now I'll give you a look in. Maybe you can tell me. How do you adjust the bands? Do you see that? Anyway, doesn't, maybe you push that in there. Look, that's what you do. Sorry, I'm talking nonsense as usual. To change the bands from band 1, 2, 3, right? So grand, so we're obviously on band 1 here. That's it. Alright. Sound. That doesn't matter. Let's turn off that big light and have a good look at this picture, because it doesn't look great. It looks better on the camera. So, geometry's out a little bit anyway. And it has my cousins down in Wexford had a Normende television. When I was a kid, he used to spend summers down there. But it was probably the same as this, actually. Thinking about it. No, I think it might have been slightly older. Similar, anyway. And I had the same problem. Noisy volume control, and it used to go mad, take the head off you. But yeah, let's see if we can make Carol look a bit better here. What's the... And the contrast all the way up. Ooh. Contrast is all the way up. Tube probably is a little bit tired. See, we're tuned in right here for a start. Would help. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'm seeing people watching worse. The tracking probably isn't great on it, so if we turn off the colour there for a second. See the way the grayscale sort of changes tint? Sort of goes a bit green at the bottom. Improves then when you turn it up. It's not too bad at all. Alright, I'll spin it around and we'll get the back off and have a squint in there. So there's the chassis. Nice, simple, modern looking jobber. And we've a date stamp inside here on the back of the tube. Week 10, 1980. It could be week 10 or month 10, 1984. So this one, like the Asa, is getting up there. It's nearly 40, which is hard to believe. Good thick layer of dust. Doesn't look like anyone's been in here before. We'll know for sure when I look at the chassis underneath if we see any soldering, but yeah, it's amazing how reliable the set's got over a short space of time, which is good. I see one of my little reefer friends in there. He'll have to go because we don't want a lot of smoke pouring out when we're in the house. It'll be a good day out. Now as for the picture, we're on a couple of minutes here. We're probably 10 minutes on now, and it is improving slightly, which is good. We'll see what the focus is like. Yeah, the focus is pretty much optimal. Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. And we've all the pots here on the back, nice and handy for us. Horizontal position, vertical position. Trapezoidals, RGB. So let's adjust that position. Yeah, that's about bang on. You know, let's see if we can push you up a little bit. It doesn't work yet. That's better. It's a lot better. We'll just give the east-west a little twiddle and straighten it up a little bit. I don't think we do any more floating around with that. That's quite good. So I suppose I'll hoover the dust out of it, give it a good clean. As you can see, it's filthy dirty. People will give these a wipe in the house or whatever, but they never really clean them. Just take, for example, you can see the wood grain here. Can you? Just about. Right. No. Alright. I'll have to turn it around to the light. So you can see the wood grain here in the set. And then you can see where the wood grain turns to just black here. So it's amazing what a bit of warm soapy water will do for one of these, and the dirt that comes off them. Because people just don't think of cleaning them. You know, they give the face a bit of a lick sometimes, and that's about it. One of the worst ones we ever seen was one that the old dear was renting a TV off John, and she said that the tube was going bad in it, or, you know, sounded like the tube was going bad in it from what she was saying. And we went up and there was about 2 millimeters of furniture polish we scraped off the front of the tube, which was interesting. Alright, I'm going to leave this one at that. I'm going to spray a bit of crap into the old volume control. I've turned off the carrier there and that because it kept blasting the head off me. And we'll give it a bit of a hoover out and a clean, and I think we'll go with that. Should be good enough. We'll give it a run then for a few days and see how it develops. Alright, we'll leave it at that for now. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Hopefully in the next week or two things will ease up here. I'll have a little bit more time and be able to get a bit more content out. But until then, mind yourselves out there. Good luck for now. Bye bye.